When they say they're looking for a wife, they are looking for a wife. And once they find that, they're not going to waste any time locking you down.
I want you to take a look at this clip.
Black women who are just focused on dating black men.
Basically, he says if you want to exclusively date black men that haven't been to jail, make over 6 figures, is at least 6 foot tall, and actually is open to being in a committed relationship, your chance is 1 in 250. Do with that information what you will. May the odds be ever in your favor.
He was basically putting that video out to encourage black women to divest because there's not that many black men to choose from.
Shout out to Media Man. He made a video I'm linking here that I think everyone should take a second and check it out, because it's a dynamic video about the black man finally having a voice, and now we're having a lot of conversation about who should be talking about what, when really it's our voice to have. I want to go back to the numbers in the beginning of the video, because this guy is doing a calculation on the small number of viable black men, is supposedly is 1 out of every 250. And notice the talented 10th qualities. You have to be 6 foot or higher, you have to have a graduate degree, and you have to have 6 figures. Now, remember, 6 figures is something that you work up to, as is a graduate degree, so that can be done in time if you stay with someone you cooperate. But I don't understand the need for having a man that's 6 foot tall. That is literally, you're literally saying 75% of the men on the planet are not legitimate men. So that means, of course, you're going to have a hard time finding a man. What if you got everything, he's college graduate degree, 6 figures, but he's 5'4"? He's not a man? It just blows my mind when people put height requirements. I can understand I want him to be taller than me. I get that. 6 foot and above, I still don't get it. I like to promote videos of people that are happy. You saw in the opening clip, the young lady said that when guys meet a woman that they see as a wife, guys move quickly. Any guy that's watching my video can attest to that. When you find a woman that you deem a wife, you don't need more than about 6 months.
I ain't never been with a black girl before. What's that like?
You ever had like an itch in the middle of your back that you couldn't get, and then like somebody came and you explained it, and on the first try they sunk their fingernails deep in your back, and it was the best feeling ever? It's similar to that, besides you get verbally a lot.
You can see that they're a really cute couple. They have a ton of videos, really cute videos on their page. But one thing he said at the very end of the video, if you caught it, is he said you have to get used to verbal. Now, of course, he's joking about that, but he said it. And the thing about relationships is you have to be more of what that person wants than you are what they don't want. And so obviously she's compensating for it in other areas, but that is something to be considered when people are considering dating out. Remember what the gentleman said at the very end of the last video. That is something that has to be considered when you're considering dating out. And it's one of the reasons why women that are trying to divest are having a bit more difficulty at it than passport bros are. This young lady who has dated out is going to explain a couple of things about that.
So I saw this thread with black women saying that they wanted to date outside of their race because they have not had a good experience with black men. Although I see where you ladies are coming from, let me just give my experience dating outside of my race. I dated 1 Mexican and 1 Indian man. So first things first, men are going to be men in every single race. It doesn't matter where you go, men are men regardless. Number 2, these men are very intentional with their dating. When they say they're looking for a wife, they are looking for a wife. And
now, that is a very important point. Men that are looking for wives are looking for wives. They're not looking to play around. They're not looking for the push-pull, the head games. They're looking for someone that they can cooperate with and settle down with. They're not guys that have gotten to the level where they're ready to get married. They're not here for the games.
And once they find that, they're not going to waste any time locking you down. If you are what they're looking for, they move fairly quickly and they view marriage as a duty, right? Lastly, black women. If you want to date outside of your race,
now, this is really important because one of the things about the way black men, the way we're acculturated, is that we're very yielding, we're very cooperative. We don't have as many demands as men of other races, which is actually a positive for a lot of black men when we date out.
you need to be disciplined. When they say we're going to the gym at 5:30 in the morning, you better be up at 5 o'clock getting ready. They are not going to deal with the lack of discipline. And what we make black men put up with, they are not going to go for that. What we make black men put up with, they are not going to go for that. What we make black men put up with, they are not going to go for that.
One of the things I had to unlearn when I came overseas was I had this natural inclination. Anytime I'm sitting at the table and someone starts serving, I have an inclination to jump up and start helping. And I go to my mentor's house often, and his wife will start making snacks for us while we're talking. And I had to unlearn getting up and helping. And that's part of the conditioning when she talks about black men and the fact that we are naturally lenient and we learn to help. And there are a lot of behaviors that we're accustomed to that a lot of men of other races aren't. And so for women that want to divest, they're going to have to accept it. Black men, especially ones that fit the bill in terms of, you know, being an upright, upstanding guy, it's going to be about the most lenient choice you're going to have in the dating market in terms of cooperability.
If you want to exclusively date black men that haven't been to jail, make over 6 figures, is at least 6 foot tall, at least 6 foot tall, at least 6 foot tall.
One thing that you'll hear dating and game coaches say often is you are what you attract. And so men understand that if you're not attracting women, you probably need to do something. And what Passport Bros are doing is choose to go somewhere where women see more value in them. But that same principle can work for women. And so if you're a woman and you're looking for a man who's 6 foot or taller, a graduate degree and 6 figures, if you're a certain woman, you can attract that. Because just like the young lady said, men that are looking to get married, and you know this, it doesn't take long for a guy to decide this woman is a wife and she's going off the market now. If that's not happening to you, that's not a market issue. That's a you issue. Men understand this. And so I would say to anyone that's speaking ill in Passport Bros, if you want to divest, you have probably the blessing of a good number of black men for sure. If you are the caliber of woman that a guy wants, he is going to take you off the market. If that's not happening, that's not a market issue. It's a you issue. It's a big world out there. You have plenty of countries you can divest to, ladies. Best wishes in your search. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment below, and I'll catch you guys next video. Take care, guys.